though, so
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Good evening and welcome to the Entrepreneurs Live Show. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you back to a brand new year, a brand new show, and it's going to be awesome. 2021 is going to blow your mind. A lot of people are living in negativeness. Goodbye. On this show, we are absolutely positive and we draw in all the positive energy. Tonight is going to be absolutely amazing, and I couldn't ask for a better guest. Somebody that I've been trying to get onto the show for 2 months, and every time something just doesn't happen. So it's a true honor and a true pleasure to have a legend in the accounting field and somebody that's absolutely amazing in what she does. Please welcome Tzippy Subotzky to our show. Welcome, Tzippy.
Thanks, David. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here with you.
Oh man, it's such a pleasure to have you. I love it. Myself, my wife was discussing it this afternoon. You're one of those energy people. Wherever you go, you always just bring energy into the room. You're positive. You comment, you share, you talk with everybody. So, wow, I don't know where you get your energy from. This is truly amazing, and I just want to say thank you. You don't realize how many times you just pick up people when they're down and your energy just lifts them up again. So thank you for that, Sophie.
Thank you for that. That's really, really heartwarming to know about myself. Thank you.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Now, Sippy, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where do you stay? What do you do? Obviously, I told the people you're in accounting, but you're not just a normal accountant. You're quite special. You've got something different from the normal people. Please share it with our listeners who and what you are.
Okay, so I'll start with the little personal stuff first. I live in Johannesburg in South Africa. I'm a mom, a wife, got 4 kids, all within the school related ages. And as you said, I am an accountant. I'm a chartered accountant. And we practice out of offices in Bedfordview. We've got our firm is called Howard Joel and Company, and we've got all different kinds of clients that we do our accounting services for, from the very small up until quite large clients. I'm
Okay,
involved
cool.
in I'm involved also in an entrepreneurial network, the same as you are, called the Protech Accounting, or the Protech, sorry, Entrepreneurial Haven. And I've gotten to know a whole lot of people, and I've started coaching people as well from the accounting side. The bookkeeping side, I'm a passionate user of Zero Accounting, so I'm helping people with that. And I also run 2 accounting forums. One's a tax forum in Johannesburg, as well as
Oh,
a small
wow.
and medium practices forum in South Africa, in Johannesburg as well. Yes.
Man, that's quite awesome. Wow, that's just a mouthful. And yeah, it's quite awesome. We actually met for the first time on Explore Protec's speed networking event. And I remember looking at my notes in one of my books the other day, and I'm like, wow, the method that you explained your business to the people that day was different because normally the accounting people are, wow, I'm gonna get hit for this, but they're boring. And I remember listening to your pitch, and I'm like, okay, I'll actually speak to this accountant because it's interesting. So I would love it if you can go a little bit into depth with what you're doing specifically. I know just before the show started, we were talking, and you say you're quite lucky because you don't have just like a one-man show. You've got like a medium-sized firm. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about it, and also like what's the name of your company? What services do you offer? Those kind of things, if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all. Yes, you mentioned that a lot of accountants are boring. I don't think that's the case anymore. Definitely, definitely, you've still got the stereotype out there, but a lot of us, especially in today's world, we're 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 almost like in the technical side of things, with technology. Not talking about the technical side of accounting because that goes with the job, but and you really have to have a people's persons kind of mentality when you're dealing with it, because it's not just about um, It's not just about the accounting. David, you've frozen in my screen. Am I still? Can you still hear me?
Hello.
I don't know. Hello, can you still hear me?
Are you back?
Yes, I lost you there
Yes,
for
I
a minute.
can.
Okay, great.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
It almost looks like there's a little bit of a stormy weather coming up this side.
Oh, I see. Not over here. Over here, it's beautiful and sunny. Where did you lose me so I can repeat myself for everybody else?
About 2 minutes ago.
Okay, so let me repeat where I was at. Your picture has frozen. I'm not sure if it's worthwhile just putting us onto non-video, which might help. I'm going to
Let's
stop
have
my
a look,
video.
yes. Let's have a look here. Sorry for that. Ladies and gentlemen, we do apologize, but that's just one of the issues when you're doing live. You never know if something's going to freeze or not freeze.
Okay. Okay, so let me restart. As I was saying, you mentioned that accountants are quite boring. So one of the things that you need to have is in today's world, while you do still have the stereotype of accountants, you've got also the people who need to have the people's personality. You know, somebody who can talk to people, because we're dealing with people's money. We're not just dealing with accounting stuff. You know, we're not just there sitting with our pencils and our papers writing all the time. And that I find is very important as an accountant. Okay, so the name of my accounting firm, it's Howard Joel and Company. Howard Joel being my dad. We're a family business. It was started by my father in 1996. His name is Howard Joel, and my brother-in-law, Danny Smith, is a partner. So we're three partners. We've got a whole lot of our family inside the business, but we've also got a whole lot of non-family members inside the business. We've got a staff complement of about 17 people altogether, including the partners, and we can do everything. We've got right from the basic bookkeeping and monthly payroll all the way to complicated tax advice, business advice, financial statements, tax returns, and everything in the middle. VAT returns. You know, you need advice with other things. You know, we are those people that you will turn to.
That is quite cool. That is very, very, very cool. I firstly just want to say sorry again to the listeners and to the viewers. It seems that Zoom is having technical issues tonight. It's actually not our internet connection. So Tzippy, I do apologize for that also. I just want to give out our telephone numbers. If anybody wants to send any questions for Tzippy, you can do so to 076 058 4796, or you can go onto Facebook and leave us a comment, and we will gladly get the message to Tzippy. You can show a message of support, you can ask a question, or you can just say hello. We like people saying hello to us. Tzippy, let's get back to it, my friend. Okay, awesome. So this is quite cool. It's a family business. I did not know that. I'm actually quite surprised. In these days, a lot of people don't want to work with their family anymore. If I may ask you, how are you experiencing that, my friend?
So it's actually quite a funny story about how I started working there. Currently, I'm actually very fortunate. I have a very good relationship with my dad and with my brother-in-law. So working together is good. You're always going to have the ups and the downs, but most of the time it's on an up. We all three think differently, and we're able to take all our strengths and merge them into something really, really special. Um, for example, my dad is very good with the tax advisory stuff. My brother-in-law is very good on the technical machine work, we call it. You know, he's like the engine, he gets things going. And I'm very good on the people side. So yeah, so it's quite amazing the way that it works in our firm. When I originally started as a trainee accountant, I did, my articles were done quite funnily. I started my first year doing academic articles. I did it through a UNISA campus at the time. It was Boston City campus. They're no longer part of UNISA, but they're still around. And then I went and did a year of training at Grant Thornton. And due to a bit of personal stuff and a bit of other stuff, I left there after that year. And at that point, my dad said to me, okay, you're having a rough time. You still need to get your training done. I will open a training office for you. And that was in the year 2002, 2003, sorry. And I'm still there. So
Oh,
I finished my articles at that point, and then continued, became a partner, and the rest, as I say, is history. When I say it's a family business, it's not just us. Our payroll department is run by my sister. She's got a degree
oh
in
wow.
yeah, she's got a degree in human resources and industrial psychology, and she runs the payroll side. She also runs the secretarial side of things. So anybody needs, changing directors, changing shareholders, they need to start a new company. She's the one who's going to be dealing with the CIPC on that side. And then also because of a human resources training, we often will deflect to her when if we've got any human resources issues, whether it be for our clients or within our firm. We have trainee accountants. They're not part of they're part of the family, but they're not part of our blood family. Our office manager is my brother's wife, so she's actually our boss because she makes sure that we do everything at the right time. And then my mom also, who I believe you've also interviewed on your show, when she's not doing her health coaching. My mother's Natalie Joel.
You're kidding me.
No, when
I didn't
she is
know that. Oh my
when
word.
yeah, so when she's not
That is so
doing
cool.
her health training and her life coaching, she is helping us with our debtors and one or two
Wow.
other things. She's become very good at figuring out the UIF TERS processes and how to get people their money from the Department of Labor at this horrible COVID time. So yeah, it's been an interesting journey, and it's a lot of fun working with each other. The worst part of COVID is that we all had to go work from home, and due to some other family matters on my in-law side, I chose to continue working from home, and everyone went back. But we've still got the connection, through Teams, through Zoom, and I go into the office once or twice a week as well. So we still have that good connection.
Oh man. Okay. Wow. Okay. You actually knocked me off my seat
I'm
now.
sorry.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
That's good. I love it. I love to hear stories like this. You know, first of all, you've got an awesome mom.
Thank you. I
We work a lot with her. I really love working with her. Looking forward to it, especially doing a new show tomorrow.
Yes, we're very
That's
excited
going to
for
be
that.
quite exciting with that. But not just that, uh, it's for me always interesting to hear how a family can come together in a working environment, because even though it's your family, you all gelling together, knowing who is who in the puzzle, and that's
Yeah.
quite awesome. Just a quick message from you. This is from Leonie, my wife. She's sending a message saying, "Hello, Sophie. One big happy family. We love it." That is quite
Thank
cool.
you.
Um, yeah, let's check if there's any more messages. Not yet. But yeah, that's interesting. Sippy, another thing that I would like us to touch on is what I spoke to you about just before we started. And this is the subject which a lot of people go that way as fast as possible. But I feel it's quite important, and that is coming up for the provisional tax.
Yes, there are quite a few tax deadlines coming up. Okay, so if you're a provisional taxpayer, the end of January and the end of February are very important dates. As a provisional taxpayer, your 2020 tax return, if you have not yet submitted it, that is due at the end of this month. And when I say the end of January, it's actually on the Friday this year, the 29th of January, because the 31st is a Sunday. So your tax return will have to be submitted by then. And then on the 20, I'm just looking at my dates, the 26th of February is the scary date for your second provisional tax return for the 2021 year. Now, a lot of taxpayers do know this, but especially if you're new in the tax arena, the tax year runs from the 1st of March to the end of February.
Yes.
So, so as a provisional taxpayer, you're going to be submitting your provisional tax return for 2021 on the 26th of February, and be ready if you need to pay anything in that on that date you need to pay as well. Otherwise, you will incur penalties and interest for any late payment or even late submission of your provisional tax return. People don't like
Ouch.
talking about that. Yeah. And look, I think that SARS is going to be a little bit unhappy this year because people didn't earn as well as a lot of people didn't. A lot of people did, but a lot of people didn't earn as well as they have in the past. And I'm thinking that there's going to be much lower provisional tax return estimates going in. With a lot less tax payments being made at the end of February this year.
I can actually imagine that, um, from myself and from my family side, in last year, it's not just business that was slower, but even work-wise. I mean, I was forced, retrenched of my work. So I know from that side how stressful it is. And I can just imagine all the people that's been retrenched and all the things that's happening. I think the SARS guys are not going to be so happy chappy this year.
Yeah,
I'm glad I'm not them, honestly. So
yeah,
yeah, that's quite interesting because we coming out of yes, I don't want to say we're coming out of it, but we in it in
they're
one
in
of
it.
the most difficult times I think in the world history. So it's going to be interesting to see what it comes up. But I'm still very positive, and I know you said it yourself also. We're positive for what's lying ahead in 2021. It might be a little bit difficult this year, business-wise, tax-wise, everything, but I'm still positive, and I hope
I'm also
and we
very
believe
positive.
people will do the right thing when it comes to tax this year.
Absolutely. I do believe that, yes, there are people who have lost their jobs, but a lot of people have taken the opportunity to start new things. And
Hmm.
when you start new things, you're not going to make money straight away because unless you're selling masks or sanitizer, you're not going to be making so much money straight away. But the potential for success is definitely there. You just have to keep working at it. So it might not be 2021, it might not even be 2022. But I do believe that
I like that.
there's a lot of good things coming in the next few years.
I love it. I love it. We've got a message for you from Yashina Singh, and she's saying she's absolutely looking forward to this interview. And we know there's going to be a lot of invalid information coming out of it. This is cool. It's nice to see people coming in. They It's a little bit scared to talk to us because as soon as they hear somebody's talking about tax, they're like, I should rather keep quiet. They're listening
No,
to
don't
us.
keep quiet. Don't keep quiet. The interesting thing about tax is, yes, it's something that people are very scared about. And what I've noticed is that, when you go to university and you learn how to do whatever it is you're learning, and it could be in the medical field, it could be in the education field, it could be legal. Lawyers hate tax. I mean, they love it in order to, if they're going to be tax lawyers, but they don't know how to do their accounting. They learn how to, they've got like a 6 month module, but they're really not that way inclined. And engineers, all of these, they hear the word tax and they want to run far. My belief is that everybody should actually do a tax year, never mind a tax module at university, because it's something that we all have to do. What do they say? There's only two certain things in life: death and taxes. We know we're going to die. We know we're going to have to pay tax, or at least we hope we're going to have to pay tax. Because if you're not paying tax, then something's really wrong. You're not making enough money. Um, and I do believe that the universities should be including it in education because when they come to me as the accountant, they don't have to do their own tax returns. They're there to be lawyers, they're there to be doctors, they're there to be nurses, whatever it is, they're there to be teachers. They don't have to do their own tax returns. That's what I'm there for. That's what people like me are there for. But don't be scared of it. I mean, it's like being scared
You
to go to
don't
the
bite.
I don't bite and I don't hurt you. And it's not me. If you have to pay a lot of tax, it means because you have earned a lot of money, you know. So
I always say, you know what, if you're going to pay a lot of taxes, it means you're doing something right.
that's
And I actually had a conversation with somebody that's involved with there's PPE deals, and he said to me, "How can I get less tax?" I said to him, "Easy, pay it. Simple as that." I said to him, "If you're
yeah,
going to make millions, why do you want to hide it, or why do you want to run?" And he said,
yeah,
"No, no, no. I'm just going to check." I said, "No, it's always good to pay what you need to pay." It's quite an interesting thing. I don't know what you see on this, but I'm also getting a lot of people in the cryptocurrency industry that's saying, "How do we do taxes? We don't need to pay taxes." And I said to them, "No, I don't agree with you. You're earning. As long as you're earning, you can't go with Bitcoin and go and buy a car. Not in South Africa yet. So
no,
you're going to pay
yeah,
tax." So
yeah.
yeah,
It's unfortunate, people, and it's not just limited to South Africa because I see it with colleagues and with friends overseas. Wherever you are in the world, you don't want to pay tax. It's the nature of the person. Like nobody wants to. A human being does not want to pay tax. Um, but so people are going to try, and it's actually within our rights, according to the Constitution and according to the Tax Act, not just our Tax Act, but even in the UK and I think in America as well, we're allowed to structure our affairs so that we pay the least amount of tax. It's totally legal to do that. But at the
okay.
end of the day, if you are even if you're structured the best way possible and you're still making money, you're going to still have to pay tax.
Which is
There's
the
a lot
right
of
thing to do.
the right thing to do. A lot of people contact me and say, I've made this amount of money and you have to make it that I don't pay tax. And sometimes, I would say most times, it is completely out of my hands. And they don't like that. But unfortunately, that's just, if you want to crook the system, go to somebody else. Don't come to me. I'm not going to help you with that.
Yes. Yes.
But it's often a good thing. Our biggest issue, I think, is that people have, um, the cost of living is very high, and people don't have the cash flow to pay the tax, and that is a big problem. And that is something that
Yes.
we try to give advice on. But I do understand and I do recognize and empathize on how trying to live and trying to keep money aside for tax sometimes don't go together.
I can imagine that. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. We've got another familiar face saying hello, and we've got Karen Krief saying, "Hello, Sippy, you're just super amazing."
Thanks, Karen. How are you?
It's always awesome to see the group supporting each other. And ladies and gentlemen, that is what you get from Explore Project, a family supporting you in whatever you do. This is truly amazing. Sippy, you know, I'm just sitting and I'm thinking like, wow, you know, I just want to send a lot of people I know to you because to be honest with you, most people that I talk to, when we touch the subject of VAT or tax or anything like that, they're like, nope, the taxmen don't deserve. And I'm like, then you don't deserve to earn. You need to pay what you need to pay. It's, you know, it's one of those rules of life. It's there for a reason, and it's necessary. But people don't understand it. Without the taxpayers' money, hopefully the government will do what they need to do. But we
Yeah,
need to do our part the right way.
I think that's, yeah, if I can just interrupt you there, I think that's a big problem. That's a big problem that we're dealing with at the moment, is that people are not seeing that their tax money is going to the right places. And I don't want to get all political, but just what's been in the news in the last 2 days with regards to the
It's
money that
horrible.
is needed for the vaccinations, for these vaccines that would literally save people's lives, which has been spent on other things, and people have taken the money. People have stolen the money, and when you see that, and I'm getting this from my clients all the time, it's like, why should I pay this? Why should I pay this if it's going to be taken to the wrong place? And it's something that we have to deal with. I'm going to send out a plea to everybody out there in, in politics. please make sure that the money goes to the right places, because people they want to help society because that's where our taxes go. But if they see that it's not going to the right place, they're going to do everything that they can to make sure that it doesn't get there.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, it is, yes, it's our taxes, but it's our money. We're funding the streets. We're funding these vaccinations. We're funding the medical, the government medical fraternity, and we desperately need it to work. So we
No,
desperately need our money to go to
that's
the
the
right
truth.
places.
It's a
Yeah.
truth, and we're seeing this because again, conversations that I'm getting is like, why should I pay my taxes if
Yes,
it's just going to buy a new car or send
exactly.
somebody on an exotic holiday? And I'm like, that's the wrong attitude, because if we all got the same attitude like that,
Yeah,
then we're not helping the problem. We are, or not the solution. We are actually making the problem 10 times worse, which is
yeah,
horrible.
yeah,
But yeah,
absolutely.
my friend, I
Yeah,
would love it if we can touch on your forums, because that's something
yes.
that's really fascinating me. Um, Being in your position where you are, you're already so busy. So how do you get time to run two forums? I mean,
That's a good
that's
question.
already a mission on its own.
So, okay, so the two forums are very, very different. The one is a tax discussion group forum, which, I mean, it was started, I would say, 30 years ago.
Wow.
Um, yeah, so my dad was actually the previous chairman. I stepped into his shoes after that. The person before that was phenomenal. Nobody wanted to take it from him. He was that good. He still comes to the group. It's very relevant because and what keeps me going with it is because it's so relevant and we learn from each other all the time. So we're about 30 or 40 tax practitioners throughout Johannesburg who get together on a monthly basis and we discuss things that are happening with our clients, um, and how we are dealing with efficiencies and inefficiencies at SARS, mostly at SARS, and then how SAICA, which is our institute, can step in and help us um, to deal with the issues that we've got. Um, it really, I'm very motivated with this group because, and this is what gives me the time to invest my time in it, because I have solved a lot of clients' issues by using the um, the knowledge, the cumulative knowledge out of everybody that's in this group. Um, I would like to appeal, though, also to any young accountants out there. We are available for you to join us. We're specifically for CAs. We are run under the SAICA umbrella of tax forums, and we report straight to the regional tax committees in SAICA. Um, but we do have non-SAICA members as well. We've got a few members who are members of SITE, which is the South African Institute for Tax Practitioners. As well as one or two other tax bodies. We've had one or two lawyers who've joined us who they needed their tax CPD to join us. And then I get, as the chairperson, I get a lot of tax authorities. Well, not the tax authority, but authoritative tax people. For example, somebody like Pitnell or, who run
Oh, wow.
tax forums for SAICA itself to come and give us updates. And it has been very, very useful. So from that point of view, I really enjoy my tax group. My other forum that I run is a forum for small and medium sized practices. It's on partner level. So if you're a CA and a partner, we discuss anything relevant to being an accounting practice in South Africa. Also Johannesburg based, but we do have a few members, and especially since the last year where we moved into the Zoom field, and we're not live, in an office altogether sitting in a boardroom. We've been able to open it to a few more members who are not just based in Johannesburg. We discuss
Excellent.
everything from staff issues to relevant accounting material that we need to software that is relevant to our firm. anything that you can think of that would, and because an accounting practice is a business, we discuss business matters as well. So on the one side, I've got the tax thing where we're discussing how we're going to help our clients and how we're going to be better tax practitioners. And on the other hand, how we can run a better accounting practice to help our clients as well, to make sure that our staff get the relevant experience and are happy to work with us.
That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome, awesome, awesome. You know what? This has been very, very, very informative, my friend. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna cut our interview a little bit shorter just now. I see my internet keep on saying unstable, so I apologize for that. We've been having weird weather this side.
Oh,
I was
yes, I heard
sharing
about
it
it.
with somebody recently, and I said to them, you know, the weird thing is we stay in an area where it's subtropical, so um, it's hot normally, and we've had quite a few nights in December where we were sleeping underneath a duvet,
Oh,
so cold. And we've had the most heavy rain and everything. Yeah, I need to share this with you. This is from Leonie, and she's saying this is definitely not boring. I can see this as your passion. That's quite awesome because you know what, when people not involved in accounting and those kind of things say to you, it's not boring. Kudos. You definitely doing awesome. But this is what I said.
absolutely.
I remember this. This is the same with your interview or your presentation that day. It hit me because, like I said, normally, and please, people don't kill me for this, but normally I find it so boring because I love numbers. Don't mistake. I'm crazy about numbers. I'm crazy about everything. But when people start talking big numbers and everything, I'm like, okay, just finish, please, just finish off. So kudos to you. You're doing a
Thank you.
very good job in this. This is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Uh, Sippy, so I think before we go, if you don't mind, would you share with us where people can get all of your company and which areas do you work? Do you work nationally? Do you only work Johannesburg? Are you guys open to anybody contacting you, or how do you want to do it?
Okay, so all right, so I'll answer the location question first. We're open to business to anyone in South Africa. We've got quite a significant portion of our clients are in Cape Town, even though we're based in Johannesburg. So we've got clients literally all over the country. So we're definitely open to that. Watch the space because we're hoping to be open to everybody across Africa and across the world as well. But
Oh,
that's
wow.
we're not quite there yet. But I'm hoping that 2021 will bring that to us. However, any South Africans who are who are anywhere in the world and need to understand how being a South African in another country, together with the new tax laws that have come up for expats, we can answer those questions, we can advise you, and we can work something out with you. So please contact us. Our website is, I don't know how to say it exactly because it just opened, but it's hjoel.com. I think it's https:// first. Not 100% sure, but I can copy the link to you and send it to you later. And then,
Awesome.
yes, you can email me on tzipy@hjoel.com. And then if you were to call me on my office number, and I'll get the message on 011 440 3494. And yes, and if I'm not in the office, one thing nice about working in a family firm, I have to say this, is that we're close enough to be able to say all our clients are all our clients. You know, we don't separate it into my father's, mine, and my brother-in-law. So it's like, you
That's
know, we all
awesome.
know what's going on with everybody because that's the way that we can give the best service to the clients. So yes, but obviously we keep confidentiality, you know, outside of the practice, very, very important to us.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You know, I know for business wise, that's always extremely important for clients. So confidentiality is there for you guys. That's
Yes.
quite awesome. And then, Sophie, what I'll ask you is when you send that link, or you can even do it yourself if you like to, you can just go to the video and drop it in the comment section so that people can get hold of you, your contact details. And yeah, people, I invite you to make contact with Sophie, um, talk to them, get your things sorted out. You don't want to get into trouble now, so make sure that you stay legal, that you stay above board. And yeah, if you need help, I mean, you guys said you do anything from director changes, anything with CIBC, all those things. So businesses, listen, this is the people to talk to. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys are going to do going into Africa and worldwide. That's going to be very, very awesome. And yeah, we'll talk to you soon again, Tzippy. Thank you for being on the show tonight. I really
Um,
appreciate it. I know you are busy and you're on holiday still, so I appreciate it so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, David. And also look out for us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. We do have a presence there as well.
Oh,
But
that's awesome.
thank you very much for the opportunity. I've really enjoyed our conversation.
Oh, that's excellent, man. And yeah, don't drop those links for us in the comment section if you don't
Do
mind.
that right now.
It will be awesome. I'll also follow you if I haven't followed you. I think I did follow you
I
already.
think you
But
did. Yeah.
yeah, if I've missed anything, I'll go and have a look. And we appreciate it. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back tomorrow night with another awesome show. And just for everybody knowing, Sophie and a mom is starting a new show tomorrow afternoon. Support her also 1 p.m. Live on YouTube. Guys,
Absolutely.
thank you so much. We appreciate it. And have a beautiful holiday. And do not work too hard on your holiday.
I will try not to. Thank you so much and stay safe from
Okay.
the weather.
Okay. Thank you.
Keep
Bye.
well, David. Cheers.